Hello and happy, beautiful day to you. Welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to, of course, talk even deeper about mastering your mind and energy to heal yourself and change your life. And today we're going to go to an even deeper distinction, if you will, that may seem really subtle, but is also profound. And so often, the subtle things can be extremely important and we don't even realize it. And the example that I used on last week's episode was this. If you think about somebody who maybe criticizes themselves, who maybe says, oh, I look horrible in this blazer, or whatever it is, I look horrible in this shirt. And then somebody else says what? No, you don't. You look great. In that moment, those things get linked together. So self-criticism gets then linked up to, no, you don't. You look great, which is a compliment or reassurance. So it can make a person feel safe or compliment, and all they have to do is criticize themselves. And so unfortunately, that gets linked up. Now, in a better situation, a person might say, hey, if they really wanted to know, they might say, hey, how does this look? Or what do you think about this blazer? Or something like that, instead of needing that criticism that gets linked up to compliment. And people, of course, don't do that on purpose. But that's my point, is so often when people are working with the mind, it can reinforce negative things, or the key distinctions that they're overlooking don't quite turn out the way they want them to. And so they're not getting the healing results, the life-changing results. And so that, of course, is the key, is to focus on those specifics, because all the time I see people making mistakes. Now, by the way, I say that because I made so many mistakes myself. Going through when I was healing myself, I ended up programming a lot of things in my mind that were not helpful. I had to go fix my mind. And I laugh because now, after fixing it, it was huge though. It was huge. And so obviously, it wasn't perfect at the time. And I see people do that all of the time, where they end up programming things in their mind that aren't really what they want. And that's what I want to share with you today. I want to give you an example is that all of the time I'll see people who maybe they felt hurt in life. So maybe they felt rejection, or they felt hurt or abandonment, or they felt sensitive to what people were saying or people's opinion. And so what they start doing is they start trying to program themselves that they don't care. Now, this might seem like a positive thing, but think about this for a moment. Let's say that I say, I don't care. This happens, I don't care. This happens, I don't care. This happens, I don't care. Now imagine 40 years from now, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, how much what happens is people start to shut themselves down from caring about life, about people, about this, about that. So instead of still not caring, we want to actually program the mind in a different way to where we can still care, but we can care differently, or we can care with an open heart, or we can care and not take things personally, but in a healthy way. Meaning that, let's give an example about caring in a different way. Let's say somebody has an opinion, and instead of feeling just like, I don't care what others say, I don't care what others say, I don't care what others say, you could say, oh, well, that's their opinion, and I respect my own opinion. And that's great that they have their opinion. And I respect my own opinion. Now what happens is you stay good at relationshiping. Meaning that if you really build up a feeling that you don't care about other people's opinions, how is that for relationships and connections? Especially when different people have different opinions all of the time. Like, imagine if you said, I just don't care about anybody's opinion and I feel fantastic. Well, not caring isn't exactly the answer, because it shuts you down. Imagine if you have friends in your life that really just don't care about your opinion. Well, that doesn't feel good. But imagine if you have friends in your life that say they respect your opinion and they hear your opinion, and they may have their own opinion and they have that too. They have a different opinion, but they can still respect your opinion. That feels better. Right? That's how we want a relationship and connect with people. And so the point is, all the time I see people who maybe they don't like somebody else's opinion, so they just go, I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care about anybody else's opinion. I don't care about this. And then they wonder why they feel so disconnected from people, or why their relationships aren't flourishing, or why they're not feeling connected. And the truth of it is that people can have all different types of opinion. And if you say, oh, you know what, I hear your opinion, I respect your opinion, and that's great. You have your opinion, and I have my own opinion, and that can be great too. And we can both simultaneously respect each other's opinions. That creates a feeling of flourishing. Plus, if you think about somebody who's in life who says, oh, I just don't care about things, I just don't care about things, they feel more and more and more disconnected. And so that's the insight that I wanted to bring to you today, is exactly that. Is as you're working with your mind, so often I see people who say, oh, okay, they start to become aware of, painful things, and they don't want to bring them in anymore. So then they go, I just don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. And they're literally shutting themselves down on the inside, and they don't realize it. But after a while, they feel like they just don't care, and they've put up this wall. And so they don't feel the love, the connection, the joy, the excitement of life, the passion, the fun, the laughter. It's like you lose some of that juice or connection in life because people have so much of the feeling of feeling like, I don't care. And it just becomes a bigger and bigger emotion because, as you know, if you're here, likely patterns breed more of the same. Pattern, like if somebody has a pattern of criticism, that can breed more of the same, or a pattern of hurt, that can breed more of the same. But a pattern of I don't care can breed more of the same too. And what does it look like when life looks like I just don't care? Not so good, right? And so we want a life that we care about. And by the way, on another note, as far as an insight, let's say there is that pattern of criticism or hurt, and somebody starts saying, well, I don't care, I don't care. Well, instead of saying, I don't care, and just trying to toughen yourself to it or not feel it, instead we want to say, well, why do I keep attracting these circumstances, right? And really change it. So my point is that instead of shutting down or telling ourselves we don't care, we want to care differently, and we want to be aware of what that is. Maybe we care, but we don't have to take it personally. Or maybe we care and we can care and have compassion, but we don't have to believe what everybody else believes, or whatever it is, but we can still have an open heart. We can still see others and hear others and connect with others and be heard and respect others and respect self and have that beautiful connection. So again, this may seem like a very small distinction, or you may be seeing how big it is, because if you tell your mind that you don't care and you get that programmed in your mind and your emotions over and over and over again, it shows up. And I have seen so many people who have started the spiritual journey, who started working with their mind, who get to a place of disconnect where they feel very disconnected from life, from love, from connections. And they have a lot of feelings of feeling like, I don't care about this anymore. I don't care about this anymore. And I don't care. And it can lead to illness and problems and hardship and, disconnect and lack of love and joy of life. And so there's so many things. And so simple distinction. And so I want to invite you from this to just take in the feeling of feeling like you do care, and you can care, and it is good, and it is loving, and it is wonderful, and care more about life. Come back into love with life even more, because the more we love life, the more we feel alive, and the more flowing and that energy of life feels. All right, so that's today's quick insight. And as always, please do take a quick moment to hit the share button on this episode. Share it with somebody you love, somebody you care about, or somebody you don't even know, because the more that every single person is happy and healthy and loved and loving, the better this world is for all of us. And so please do make a point to have a most wonderful, happy, healthy rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. We'll see you there.